Hello, it's Matt Pixel Guy here. Today I have a new thing I want to do, which is essentially where we go through a bunch of upcoming or indie titles that I can get my hands on early, or potentially already released. And what I want to do is I want to just sort of spend 5, maybe 10 minutes just going through a bit of the gameplay, a bit about what the developer wants to do with the game, and essentially give you my opinion. So the plan is that I will do this for, I guess, pretty much any game I can get my hands on. So it's going to be a completely non-paid. I'm not accepting sponsorships or anything. Obviously, I will happily review games that I can get my hands on. So if a developer wants to give me a key, absolutely fine. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get time to do every request, but certainly I will try and keep this a regular thing. But yeah, so ultimately this is a completely unbiased view from myself, and I guess that hopefully will help inform my viewers, aka you, about upcoming games. I guess, would it be worth a purchase when they finally come out? But also, I guess it gives you kind of a view on the game development life cycle. So you can actually see how games come to fruition, what they look like in their early stages. You might be watching this in the future, so it might be in a year's time, 2 years' time, and actually you'll be able to see kind of how this game started. So the game I want to talk about today is a game called Villages. It essentially is not due to be released until late 2022. So we've actually got hold of this game about 2 years before it's actually due to be released. It's developed by a company called HAILFALLKOMPANY. So I've got to be honest, I haven't seen anything from these guys before, and it looks like they're going to self-publish it. But basically, I'll read out the bit of blurb that's on their Steam page. So it's available on Steam. You can add it to your wish list. Doesn't look like it's been essentially greenlit or anything like that. It's on there as a standard game to be able to add to your wish list as of now. You can't pre-order or anything like that. I guess it's so far in advance. The release is so far in advance that there's no sort of monetary element to this yet. But essentially their description is: Villages is an open-world sandbox game that has rules to encourage players to make complex society and economy. What am I talking about? Economy, sorry. So by the looks of it, it doesn't look like there's much to go on there. It's almost like they've tried making sort of a multiplayer Sims clone, I guess, where you have jobs and kind of you'll be able to sort of form friendships and maybe build stuff. Just going down the Steam page then, the developer there's a couple of things that I just want to point out. The developer's pretty active in their discussion and on the news tab of the game page. So, I mean, it doesn't look like it's being abandoned or anything. So just starting from the top, then we'll go down. So obviously, planned release date fall 2022. The first bit actually annoys me after this, and the reason why is because, and I haven't actually properly played the game yet. I've just loaded it up and paused it. So we'll find out what the quality of the game is going to be like. But basically, cut long story short, if you're on the Steam store page, you can see the release date. And then the next thing you see before you reach any description or anything like that is items available for this game. And essentially that's an area to sell skins, that kind of thing on Steam. You might see that on Dota or probably more CSGO, those kinds of things. Well, anyway, there is already 2 years in advance before the game comes out, there's already a loot crate that can be purchased in this game for, my currency is Great British pounds, so it's 39 pence, which isn't much. But I'm a little bit confused about why that's already in the game so far of advance, why it's here this early. I'd like to think that if you kind of get into that kind of stuff a bit later down the line, when you've got your core fundamental game loop, I don't know if the quality is going to be there in this game for the developer to start thinking about loot crates. Potentially monetization, having that thought process there around how you're going to make money on this game. But to actually develop it, build it, and start selling loot crates in a game that is not even released, it's just weird. So it'd be interesting to see how that one plays out. There's no indication of whether this game's going to be free as well, so I don't know if this is going to be a free game, a paid game. I have no idea, but yeah, the fact that you can start paying 39p as someone who's got hold of a key is really weird. So the next thing then, so I'll go into the about the game. So the Villagers game essentially is a game that combines interesting mechanics from many other sandbox games. It aims to let players face a variety of gameplay and scenario choices by conducting a few basic rules. Okay, so I'll skim down this really quickly. So we've got key features. We've got economy. So supposedly the game will have limited resources. It sounds like that you will not get the same resources and amounts compared to other players. So it sounds like there will be some sort of random element to this, or you'll have to earn it. Manufacturing, so there will be handcrafted or factory-made products that you can produce in different tiers. Each tier will vary in cost and benefit. Construction, so it differs from traditional sandbox games. Villagers will let you construct a building as if in real life by using a construction site, construction tools and vehicles. And then skill-based. Every player can choose their skill to advance, but with limited skill points. So looks like there's going to be some sort of balancing your players' abilities here. Other planned features then, so clan and company system is quite cool. If you can team up, form, almost like a workforce or a task force. Law enforcement, so I'm assuming you can play as police, or if you wanted to try and decide to break those laws. And then you've got the typical sort of hunting, crafting. So on here they've got mining, fishing, farming, hunting, vehicles, weapons, and stores. And then weirdly at the bottom they've just got this and Warzone map, new game mode in brackets, which is a bit of a weird one. It's almost like they're planning a battle royale. But anyway, that's pretty much everything on the actual Steam store page here. Obviously, I'll have a link in the description, so you can click on that and go and see that for yourselves. Under just the tags quickly before we jump in and actually try and play this game. It says it will supposedly have online PvP, online co-op, Steam achievements, Steam Workshop, in-app purchases. It's got those already, so that one's not to be. That one's pretty obvious. Steam Cloud, so I'm assuming that's for saves, stats, and Steam leaderboards. Okay, so let's give this a go. So as you can see, not much of a menu here, but we'll press resume. Build number 6. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing I've noticed is the mouse movement is very, very slow. I'm moving my mouse right across my mouse mat here, and I can barely move around, but looks like it's typical WASD keys. What I might should do here is okay, why don't we go to the door, see what's over there. Doesn't look like you can interact with anything here. There we go, find servers, okay. Oh yeah. Okay, so what have we got? We've got one server. This is, I guess this is not even, this is alpha stage at this point. So that's to be expected. Let's try and join that. So Hale Camp Medical Center, I believe that said. The other thing as well is there's no sound in this game. I'm not getting any audio out from this game at all. So what does it say? Social welfare officer, banker, expedition officer, cargo service, or auto dealer. And then we've got job training. So let's do auto dealer. Okay, that's not great. How do we go back? Escape. There we go. Let's do the first one then. Let's hope they've got that one in. Social welfare officer. Okay, so claim the welcome box. Okay. There we go. Your box is transferred to the cargo service. Okay, so I'm assuming we press escape again here. Job training. Press the right button. Oh, like that was the mouse button then. That one? Oh, I see. Right, the button down here. So I'm assuming this is the character creation screen. Not actually sure what's happening here. I'm clicking one, then I click it again, and it goes green. No. Click it again. There you go, it's gone green. Hold it down. Oh, I've clicked the wrong one there. 2, 1, 3. So I think that was my job as a welfare officer. So I've received 1,500 catus. I'm assuming that is. Okay. So can I walk here? No, can't walk. Can I do a banker? Not yet available. Okay. I'm assuming none of these are available. Okay. No. Can I come back? So I'm not actually sure what we're supposed to be doing here. There's not actually really any gameplay. You know, looking at the Steam store page, there's a lot of screenshots around, you know, menus and stuff like that, where you've got, you know, jobs happening, people in high-vis jackets walking about, talking to each other, an outside landscape, the ability to buy things, people driving around, trading posts and cars, and actually quite nice scenery for what looks like an indie game, but I just don't know how you actually get to that. Escape just brings up the menu. That's what we were using before. Enter? No. You need to wait until your next box is available. How do we get to... I don't understand how you actually get to that loot crate that I earned. Tab? Nothing in here about controls. So, I mean, that's all I can say on the matter, really. There's just nothing here. I know it's early. I believe this was build 5 or build 6 that supposedly went out in late August. So that build went out about a week ago. But yeah, I don't actually know where the developers are getting these screenshots from on the Steam store page. It's odd. You know, this is a massively early build. I'm not expecting this game to be fleshed out at all. But I guess the only controllable pieces I can see in here are walking around in your apartment. I guess that was, which looked to be offline before you connect to the server, and now I've connected to the server and I can do a social welfare officer job that involves clicking 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on what comes up at the top. As I said, there's loot boxes that I'm assuming can be purchased through Steam that don't really appear to be in the game anywhere. I'm really surprised that there's not a lot here. It's almost like the developers created this page as almost a, I guess, incentive to build their game. I would have expected this game to be a bit more fleshed out in terms of the development work before you even spin up a Steam store page, right? It just seems really, really early. If this is the latest build of the game, there isn't anything here to warrant a Steam store page to me. There's nothing here. Anyway, look, at the moment, if this comes up in early access or anything like that, where you can start paying to get a copy of this, obviously my opinion on this would be definitely do not commit any money to this product at the moment. There is no product here. Obviously, I've got access to the game now, so if that does change, I will look at remaking another video more towards end of next year, maybe 2022, when it's planned to release. But yeah, this is just strange how the developer's offering out keys at the moment for this game when there is no game. Anyway, okay, let's leave it there. I don't want to be too harsh, but let's leave it there. It's early days. I think that this is one to follow up on in the future, but I'm not quite sure on the direction of this game. You know, you've got kind of like SWAT team here, but just I think this game is lost in terms of its direction and where it wants to go. Right, okay, thank you. I will be back next time with another game where we talk and go through. I'm hoping that I can sort of polish this a bit more, maybe even show you the Steam store page, those kinds of things as we go. But at the moment, my plan is just to keep these short and snappy, give you my quick opinion, hopefully give you guys some ideas around games that are coming up in the future that you might like, or actually games to avoid. Okay, thank you. I will see you in the next one. This has been Matt Pixel Guy, and I'll speak to you soon.